Well, hey friends, I'm Melanie. Welcome to Nova Yoga Studio and welcome to Feel Good Friday. Well, we are nearing the end of the year and it can be a very hectic, busy time, and we can often feel quite scattered and stressed, so much to do, so many places to be. So I thought today we'd do a sequence to really ground us, to get us connected to the earth and finding some peace, some stillness, some calm. And actually some of these poses, the sequencing showed up in my dream last night. So you know you are a supreme yoga dork when you dream your yoga sequences. And I'm sure there's many of us out there, right? Yoga dorks. Okay, good. So let's make our way to the mat. So finding our way into child's pose to start. Lovely, calming, relaxing child's pose. And I was on the phone the other day, a really stressful conversation on the phone, and I actually found myself just coming on down into child's pose and finishing the conversation there, and it worked great. So whenever you need it, it's there for you. So let's take the version where our arms rest by our sides. Now if you can't quite get your forehead to the mat, you can certainly stack your hands or your fists resting your head here. But if it's comfortable for you, you just take your forehead to the mat, arms by your sides, and just allow yourself to take a few deep breaths. And with every breath, feel that you're melting down, down, down into the floor, into that support below you. So you don't have to hold anywhere, you don't have to be engaged anywhere. You're just letting yourself relax. Beginning to feel that wave of calm wash over your body as you deepen your breath. And then begin to lengthen the arms out in front of you. And go ahead and stretch to the fingertips if you like. Then drawing the hands back towards you, finding your way into all fours, and then up into your downward dog. So we're in our downward dog, we're going to really root down into the base of the fingertips, into that L of your forefinger and thumb, into the toes, the balls of the feet. Stretching the spine long, finding length through the back of the legs. And breathing deeply into whatever parts feel like they need some opening, some lengthening, some space, some love. And then from here, we're going to take the right leg towards the sky. We're going to bend the knee, open up the hip. You can look under your right armpit. Keep both palms pressing down into the earth. And then straightening your leg, touch the toes down. And then letting that left leg rise. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Look under the left armpit. Then straightening the leg, touching the toes down. And I'd like us to find our way into our malasana, which is our yogic squat. So you can step or you can hop to a wide knee position. I'm going to go ahead and face you guys for this one. So if your heels are staying lifted, that's totally fine. You can bring your fingertips to the mat, or you might want to shift your weight forward into your hands to increase that hip opening with the elbows towards the inner knees. Or you can come on down, getting low, so that the heels ground, soles of the feet press into the earth. Palms press together in front of the heart, so the elbows can either stack on top of the knees, or we can take the elbows to the inside of the knees and just use that action to express the pose a little bit more. So as we press the palms together, the elbows press the knees apart, and feel that great release through the lower body. The heart is open, the spine is long. And this pose is really great for really grounding our energy, right? So that we don't feel like our heads are in the clouds. We feel very connected to earth, to breath, to the present moment. So you can close your eyes if you wish and just take a few breaths here. then touching your fingertips down, you're going to lift your hips up, and we're going to walk the feet together. So I'm going to turn side on, and we're going to connect the big toes, keep a little bit of space between the heels, and we're going to find our way into our Utkatasana, fierce pose. So sitting the hips down low, bending the knees, and reaching the arms high. So turning the low belly on, keep the tailbone dropping down, and we're going to link this pose to our forward fold. So we're going to inhale here, and then as we exhale, right into Uttanasana, forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need. And again, inhale, sit low, reach the arms up. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Holding for a moment in your fold. On your inhale, lengthen your heart, reach the heart forward. And on your exhale, you're going to step your right leg back behind you. From here, we're going to take the knee, that back knee, all the way down to the mat. And we're going to press into our base, rise up into our crescent. Make sure you have support, strong navel, dropping the tailbone down. And then we're going to interlace the fingers and bring the palms to the thigh, just lightly pressing the hands into the thigh. And then releasing the hands down, curling the back toes under to straighten the leg. Root the heel down. We're going to rise all the way up into Virabhadrasana 2, gazing over that front hand. And turning both palms to the sky. On your inhale, flying warrior, let your front legs straighten, lift the arms up overhead. Maybe the palms press, up to you, keep your shoulders relaxed. And then exhale, find your way back into warrior 2. So really working with this downward energy, right, as we come back into warrior 2. So inhale, rising up. And exhale, great for grounding us. Again, inhale. This time as you exhale, keep the front leg straight, just stretching the arms out long. You want to shorten your stance, you can. Trikonasana, so the back hip kicks back in space. We lengthen forward, sliding the hand towards the shin. Let the other arm rise to the sky, Trikonasana. If there's any tension in the neck, you can turn the gaze down. And think about really pressing down into the big toe mound of your front foot. If you like Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle, you can work the arm alongside the ear. Just make sure you continue to roll yourself open. And then rising all the way up. We're going to bring the hands to the hips, and we're going to shorten the stance. We're going to find goddess pose. So shortening the stance, maybe about half the distance, toes out, heels in, and then we're going to get low, 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 low. And we're going to take our goddess or our Egyptian or our cowboy surrender arms, however you're feeling. Take a breath in. Exhale for temple pose. We're going to bring the forearm to the thigh as we let the other arm lengthen up and over. And inhale, coming back to center, and then exhale, finding that on the other side. Inhale, come back to goddess, maybe sit a little lower. Exhale, if you want to dig deeper, you can take your hand down towards the mat, letting the other arm rise up and over. Inhale, back to center, sitting low. And then exhale again if you want to dig deeper. And then coming back into goddess, stretching up into star, interlace the fingers behind the back as you open up your stance, getting wider. Edges of the feet parallel, opening up the chest. And then taking yourself forward into your fold. And holding for a few breaths here. Releasing the hands down. You can take a moment to wrap the ankles, bringing the crown of the head towards the mat. So anytime we're in a forward fold, whether it's standing, seated, or in child's pose, we get that calming, relaxing effect on body and mind. And then rising up, we're going to turn the right toes to face the edge of the mat. And we're going to walk the hands forward, and we're going to step up into our fold. Bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, bend the knees, sit low, reach the arms up, fierce pose. Going to walk back a little bit, inhale. And on your exhale, Uttanasana, taking it forward. Inhale, sit low, reach the arms up. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. From your forward fold, inhale, lengthen your spine. And then on your exhale, you're going to step your left leg back behind you. Take your back knee all the way down to the earth, and then from your roots, rising up into crescent. And we can interlace the fingers, bring the palms to the thigh, pressing lightly down into the thigh. And again, make sure you have that support, strong navel, dropping the tail down. And then releasing the hands down to the mat, curl the back toes under, straighten the leg, and drop the heel down. We're going to come all the way up into Warrior Two. Nice place to come to set intentions, to stand your ground, to find your roots. Turn both palms to the sky. Inhale, straightening the leg, rising up. And exhale, Warrior Two. And again, inhale. And exhale, grounding the body. Working with that downward flow of energy. Inhale. This time as we exhale, we're going to keep the legs straight. Reach the arms out. And again, if you want to shorten your stance for Trikonasana, you can. Reach, 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 reach. And then sliding the hand towards the shin. Let your other arm fly to the sky. Long and lifted here, like we're pressed between two panes of glass. And then if you want to take your arm alongside the ear for extended triangle, you can. Keep rooting into the big toe mound of your front foot. And if you want to look down to make the pose more relaxing or just to release the neck, you can. And then from here, we're going to rise all the way up. I'm going to take the hands down to frame that right foot, and we're going to step back into plank pose. So wrists under shoulders, navel drawn in, tailbone dropping. So we're finding that straight, strong line of energy. And we're going to shift into the left hand to start for side plank. If you want to take a variation, you can certainly take that bottom knee to the mat. So up to you. Then you're going to take your hand down. And you're going to roll into that right hand, Savasisthasana, side plank. And again, if you want to take the variation, the bottom knee comes to the mat. And just make sure you line up those joints, right? Shoulder right over the wrist. Then taking your hand to the mat, finding your plank. If you want, you can take it through a vinyasa. And then right back in to where we started. Balasana, child's pose. So a grounding sequence to really, to calm us, to find some stillness, some peace in the middle of a busy time of year. So I'm gonna take it down into child's pose. So happy practicing. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Shanti.